This happened in Harbin just like last week.
Yeah.
废了。
A house. I lived in a building just
这是挺大呀。
like that actually.
楼塌了。
in northern China, and it was made of styrofoam. And this happens a lot. It's just rare that a video can escape China of this happening. Like this really happens a lot.
It does.
And this is more than just the cladding. Oftentimes you see the cladding in the building.
Yeah.
That's what I used to see in real life. But
It happened in my wife's apartment.
happened literally down the road.
Yeah.
But this building actually fell down. This is a house. There's homes.
Yeah.
And you think about the scale. I remember there's like probably 2 billion homes in China, right? How poorly are they built? Well, we just showed you some of the construction quality of just normal things.
Correct.
Of course they're going to fall down.
Yeah.
Of course.
So this is that same building. So it was tilting and it shifted and people were like, that looks dangerous. And then the next day, so this was on the 28th. So this was only a few days ago, actually collapsed. Yeah, that's not what you want, I assure.
You sure?
Yeah.
We might want to play that.
Yeah, I will when this is done. So
Yikes.
yeah,
They had to
have
remove
to
it,
obviously demolish that now because it's completely unsafe and falling apart and self-demolishing anyway.
Yeah, they could have just waited a couple minutes.
This is definitely what you want, I assure.
Definitely not what you want.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we're kind of on a bit of an infrastructure kick here because the main story, of course, is this highway that collapsed.
Yeah.
Now, this is an awful, awful tragedy. Okay, this highway, this Meizhou highway, we've actually been on this highway. This is on the way to Fujian. Well, I have. I don't know about you.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been on
times.
this one.
I've been all over every major highway in the south, pretty much.
Yeah. So what you're seeing here is the entire bottom half of the highway collapsed and then formed a landslide further down. So it wasn't a landslide that came from above and, hit the highway.
That's what's being reported.
They were trying to say it was a landslide.
You can look at it.
It's not
look
a landslide.
at it.
It just wasn't constructed correctly there. You can see the entirety of the surface that it was built on just collapsed and disappeared, as you can see. Now, the death toll keeps rising. Okay, at first
We're not going to show you any deaths.
No. At first, they were reporting that there were sort of like 20-something deaths. Then it went to 30-something deaths. Last time I checked, it was 48 deaths.
And you know what
still
happens
going more.
when China's reporting those deaths? You remember the Zhengzhou tunnel flood where they said like 22 people died or something? It was literally, and then they showed all the drowned cars, and it was thousands of cars.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they reported 20 vehicles were swallowed up by this. Okay, that's what they said. But you can see a bus down there.
Yeah.
You don't know what's under the rubble. You don't know how many vehicles are there. You can't tell until you've dug them all up. So it could be a lot more than 20. Who knows? They keep, the death toll keeps rising, so they keep finding more and more vehicles.
Yeah.
And this is a nightmare scenario because imagine you're driving on the highway, all nice and happy on the highway, and suddenly the highway disappears and you're literally in a sinkhole.
Yeah, I just wanted people to imagine that because you put so much trust in the road, right? It's just so simple. Like you're like, oh, maybe I'll have my car will have a failure or something, or someone will hit me.
Yeah.
But in China, you got to worry about the road.
Yeah, the road could just disappear.
We've seen roads in China, newly constructed roads that are full of these ripples that'll literally be like 3 feet pits.
It's insane.
They cause massive accidents.
Yeah, we've been on some pretty bad roads, and look, it's all because of the haste and speed at which everything is built. When it comes to building a road, it takes a lot of preparation.
Yes.
The groundwork, so to speak.
Yes.
All right, you have to make sure everything's stable. You got to get the right aggregate. You got to set down everything correctly. And unfortunately, completing something quickly is more important than completing something well in China.
Yeah.
And this is the result that you'll get from that.
Sure.
So it's an unfortunate tragedy. Horrible.
Yeah, rest in peace to the victims. It's horrid. And I hope that more coverage of this can make building standards rise in China, but somehow I doubt it.
Yeah.
It just hasn't been. In fact, it's gotten worse. I'll tell you this. The buildings that were built in the 80s and 90s are better quality. And that was in a bad, scary construction boom already. Or better quality than the ones they're making today.
Yes. Here you can see it during the day. It's a bit more clear. So the entire one side of the highway collapsed. And presumably there was a traffic jam on there at the time because I don't know how else so many vehicles could have disappeared at that time.
Yeah.
But that, you can take a look. It's just gone.
Yeah.
That's it. So, horrible stuff. but that's what you come to expect, unfortunately. For those of you who don't know, there's a big holiday going on in China. You know, the May Day holiday?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a national holiday. Everybody gets off and they'll, China's a little weird that way. Everybody goes on holiday at the same time. It's just the way society works.
Well, I think we owe everyone an explanation. There's a reason for that. It's because when you live in a one-party state, you have private jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
But those companies have to follow the state. And yes, you have federal mandated holidays in the US and stuff, but in China it's taken to a whole nother level. Sure. It's like very specific things and that's it.
And people don't normally take time off to do their own holidays. And there's this other very nasty thing about the mandatory holidays is all companies force their workers to work on the weekend before and after to kind of make up some of those lost days. So
they always make it work.
Yes.
You will always get your hours in.
Yeah. Anyway, so because of the holidays, everybody suddenly gets off at the same time. They all travel at the same time because it's the only time you could travel.
That's true.
So this is the result. So
slowed it down here.
Yeah, can you take a look at this pathway going up this hill?
Oh my gosh, it's bringing back such bad memories.
Yeah, I mean, this is a mild one. They're far worse. Yeah. But, here's the thing. China's domestic tourism, of course, it booms during these times. Okay, and there are places that are famous, and people say like, okay, well, we've got these days off. Where are we going to go? And they're like, this place is famous, so let's go there. The problem is everybody else also is doing the same thing. So when you go to a scenic tourist spot, all you do is end up queuing up all day.
Yeah,
literally.
And what's funny though is that it's considered an accolade if that many people go to a place. In fact, I saw a Chinese government official on Twitter earlier saying that he's very proud that Chongqing got probably 100 million visitors.
Yeah, exactly.
100 million visitors in this weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I see. These are the people queuing up to go up the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay, but it gets bad because these same people that are filming, okay, it is at night. It takes so long that people are queuing up until it gets dark. Yeah, so to
do what? It's literally a line simulator.
It is. So I mean, you go there to see some scenery, but then it gets dark and you can't see it anyway.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah, because the scenery is at the top, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, you can't see. So by the time you get there, it's dark. You can't see the scene.
And then you're going to have to go back down.
Then you have to go back down in that queue for like 6 hours or something.
Just picture this. 8 hours, 10 hours up.
Yeah.
8 hours, 10 hours down.
Yep.
You do the math. You're there over a day.
Yeah, exactly. Just to go see something that you can't see. Anyway, look, I don't know about you. I've been caught up in situations like that in China.
Yes.
And that's why very early on in China, I refused to travel during holidays.
Me too. That's the time you stay home.
Yes. Don't go anywhere. It's not worth it.
It's better to find a way. Because especially if you're a foreigner in China, you might not have to adhere to some of those laws. You usually do.
Yeah, but like the holiday rules.
If you can find a way, you travel at another time.
Most foreigners that do work there, when it comes to like Spring Festival or whatever, that's when they leave China and they go to like Thailand or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's not worth it.
No.
You can't go to any of the tourist sites. You're just ruined.
Did that woman just scream a rat to death?
I think she gave it a heart attack. Wow.
It is stirring a pot.
That is so stupid.
Mouse Jiggler has arrived. And the Mouse Jiggler.
So they've got this like Russian Drew Barrymore over here. Okay. Simulate real random mouse movement, 100% undetectable, just like you're using a mouse. You know what? I gotta say, like this looks kind of inconvenient.
Yes.
Constant screen up can be very annoying.
Oh, darn!
Yeah, it's like this.
Do you hate this
stupid thing?
When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs.